Guys get the green screen. It's the way it is here in the studio. And you guys don't. You get it the way it's supposed to be. What happened was I found that that all the little details that concern me, I find that create a they distract me from getting it done, and then I'm overthinking it, and then nothing gets done, and eh, things go by the wayside. This is so I'm doing it like this because now I don't care at this point. Now I just don't care at this point. The bottom line is here we are. Here we are. Hope you guys can hear over there. Hope you guys can hear over there. Should be good. We're figuring it all out because this is, you know, double duty. Who the hell knows? Whatever. Guys, what is up? What is up? It's been about, I don't know, a week and a half, almost 2 weeks since I've been back from Israel. What an amazing trip. An amazing, amazing trip. So meaningful. So meaningful. So much going on. There was so much to do. I don't even know where to start. A lot of it I spoke about already. So you guys have seen it either on the Instagram or the LinkedIn or the Facebook, even probably on the Twitter, but we did it. And so you should be able to catch up on there. So right now we're talking about now, where we are now. Now's the now. The past is the past, and the future is unknown. That's the key. The future is unknown, and because we don't know it, we're not going to really delve into it. I the other day, someone says, "Well, what do you think's going to happen?" I try not to think of what's going to happen. What's going to happen? I don't know. What's going to be? I don't know. I don't know. That's not. I can't do Nostradamus. I'm not G Stradamus. It's not for me. What's going to be? I don't know. Here's what I do know. I know right now today, right now wherever you are, you have someone with you, you're near someone, you're doing something, you're being productive, you're taking a dump, you're eating breakfast, lunch, whatever you wherever you are, you're doing that's right now. What's going to be in an hour from now, you don't know. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. The reason we do that is because we want to comfort ourselves. We want to allay fears or fear of the unknown. I don't know what's going to be. So maybe you can help me, give me something that'll make me feel a little bit better. There's nothing. You should feel better that you're alive right now. You're with people and you have people that love you, people care about you. You have all kinds of great things in your life. I got great things in my life, and that's right now. Boom. Love that. We'll worry about later because and we'll deal with it then. That's how I roll. And that's how I suggest other people do because you'll be a lot happier. It'll be a lot easier to manage the unknown if you just appreciate the right now. So that's the scoop. That's the scoop. I wanted to check in and say hi. I wanted to give you updates from what I'm hearing, at least from Israel. Good things are happening. We are losing a few people. It's very unfortunate, but I think that not that they wanted to go that way, but I think they died doing what they believed in. And in the end, that to me is what life is about. That you choose the way you're going to go if you're going to go. You don't want to go, but if you do go, you should be able to go the way you want to go. So it doesn't really bring comfort to the families that lose, but in the big picture, it's helping the Jewish people. And sometimes you have to you go in thinking you're going to come out, but if you don't come out, then you should be able to go the way you want to. And that's where we're at. It's a tough quagmire because it pains me often that we lose people, and every time I see one of our boys or girls die in this war, it hurts. It's like damn, and I don't even know them. And that is how the Jewish people are connected and unified. It's a beautiful thing. It truly is great that we're all connected that way. So, look, I can continue on this philosophical tangent, but most importantly, I want to share accomplishments with you. So, I was a little bit behind on what's called the Daf Yomi. Daf Yomi is a when we learn a page a day of something, but generally it's the Talmud, and they're on the front and back page. And a lot of times, if you get behind, it's kind of tough to catch up. I got a little bit behind the trip in Israel. The guy that I listened to was out of town and traveling and everything like that. But eventually, um, I was able to catch up. And today, all caught up. Beautiful, beautiful. So happy. And on top of that, which made it even better, is I'm still and remain a big Howard Stern fan. And I was so far behind on Stern episodes. And while many disagree with his positions, he still makes me laugh and I still listen. And so today, an hour ago, I finally caught up with all the episodes that I was behind. So I caught up on Daf Yomi, I caught up on Howard Stern episodes, and I'm super stoked, super happy about that. Hang on. There we go. Didn't change anything, whatever. So I'm really stoked about that. Another question I've been getting asked: "Oh, how was your trip? I want to go. What can I do to help?" And so on. So what I found is this: what I found is you can do it one of probably many ways. The way I did it and the way I enjoy functioning in general is do it on my own. I don't have to wait for board meetings or people or anything like that. I just go and I do it. And that was what my trip to Israel was. A lot of times there's a lot more risk involved in that, not physical risk, but you lose money or you lose time or it doesn't go as planned or you don't accomplish as much, things like that. Sometimes that's a risk I'm willing to take. I kind of like letting the wings of the Lord just carry me along. And so for me, a lot of times going with groups, it's not that I can't go with a group. It's always a lot of fun with a group, but they have programs, they have schedules, and it's just not as it's different for me. I could do it, sure. A lot of times it costs more than it would be if I go on my own. And that also plays a role. You go with a group, they they may have a certain level of where they want to stay and what cities they want to stay in and how much food and all these things which if I did it on my own could be a hell of a lot cheaper. So oftentimes I find that if I just do it on my own, I know enough people in Israel and there are enough things that I can do, enough resources I have for me to go and help out where I can and just do the things that I want to do at my schedule. With that said, if someone were to say, Eitan, we're doing a trip, we want you to come with us, we got you covered, I'm in. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. So I do. So of course, I have no issue with groups at all. I think it's great, and everybody should do it. I do think so. People that aren't me, which is all of you, um, you can go with a group if that's something you feel comfortable. You can go by yourself if that's something you feel comfortable. But in all cases, I think everybody should go. I truly believe that right now is the greatest time. It is probably something that most of us will never experience in our lifetime. To be able to be a part of the energy, to be a part of all the amazing what's going on worldwide with the Jewish people. So many have finally gotten the message that they don't care about us. But what we finally learned is that we is that how much we care about each other. You remember a month ago it was like we're all divided and and now there's a unity unlike any unity ever before. And really that is the miracle. That is the silver lining in all of this. And that silver lining is what I want to focus on. I can't do anything about dead Jews, but I can make sure that more Jews stay alive. and that our warriors are equipped, that our warriors are fed, that our warriors are taken care of. They are our protectors, and we all, the Jewish people, have to come together and do our part to share. Now, with that said, most of us, that includes you, are looking at all this through the myopic lens of your device. All your WhatsApp messages, all your Telegram messages, all your social media, and your Facebooks and your Twitter, and you're seeing all this stuff, and it makes it look like the whole world is going to complete shit. And I am telling you that it is not. You have to look past all that. You have to look away from your phone. You have to spend time with friends and then think, when you're with those people, how great life is at that moment. That's it. What's going on all around you is incidental. Of course, you have to be aware. Of course, that's what I'm saying. Be aware. It's all good. But don't don't solely look at your device, at the world through your myopic lens of your device. That's all I'm saying. That's it. So for now, uh, immerse yourself in the unity, in the power of unity of the Jewish people. We are so small, the smallest fraction of the world population, and we have the most ratings. How great is that? You're a nobody, and you have the highest ratings on any platform. It's all about the Jews right now. All about the Jews. What a show. Uh, eh, you know, and hopefully the Jews that control Hollywood are capitalizing on these amazing ratings where everybody's talking about the Jewish people. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. So it's unbelievable. So if you're going to go, no. When you're going to go to Israel, like now, like I suggest, today's Thursday, you could book a flight Saturday night, Sunday night, boom, go. If you can afford it, go. Just go. Well, what am I going to do? You'll go. You'll find out. Where am I going to stay? There's plenty of places to stay, Airbnbs, hotels, plenty of friends. You need friends. I got friends. You need people. You got people. I got. There's always something. And what are you going to do? You figure it out. You wake up in the morning. What can you do? Plenty of organizations that need help. There's that you can walk into a supermarket. Hey, bro, you need help unpacking boxes? Sure, it's a huge help. You can go into restaurants. You can go to army bases. Just ask someone, hey, I want to you're staying in a hotel, say, hey, listen, I need a volunteer something. There's plenty of volunteer options. There's building, there's farms, the tons of stuff. They totally need help if you're able physically to help on a farm, picking fruits, picking vegetables, picking pomegranates. Yes, Sergi, that's exactly right. Picking any of that stuff. They totally need that all around the country. You're not going to be in any risky areas, totally, and you could spend a whole day doing that. And there are organizations that'll put you up. They'll give you, if you can commit a month, they'll put you up, and you'll get a stipend. You'll get a salary, and you work every day, and and they'll cover everything. It's great, and I'll try and post it in one of the links in this stuff. Whatever. If someone knows what it is, text it, pop it in the thing here. But Leket Israel, I think it's called. Yeah, Leket Israel. I'm pretty sure that's the organization that's doing it. They need huge help. That I know for sure. But there are a million other ways. If you're not, physical like that, I'm sure you have a skill set. I'm sure many of you saw the Cowboys from Montana, not Jewish, Alabama, Arkansas, whatever they're from. A whole bunch of them. They know farming. They went to Israel. They help build stuff. They help fix stuff. They help farm stuff. And these guys, that's what I'm saying. You go and you help out. When there's evil in the world, you help out the good, so the good can overcome the evil. Everybody puts their 2 cents in. Everybody contributes. Everyone has something to do, something to say. Whether it's let's say you're a writer. You're right. Everybody has a skill set that will help defend the land of Israel. Now, the kicker is this: so many people I have found are trying to shout back to inform or educate others about what's going on. And the reality is, you'll never convince those that hate you. It's that simple. There it is. Stacy Volk posted the Leket Israel, leket.org. There you go. If you want to highly recommend it. It's something I'm definitely considering. You just got to find out some logistics. I'm not sure I can commit a month, but how badass would that be? Oh my God. My ratings would go through the roof. See me picking pomegranates all day. Jeez. Be great exercise. I'd lose a ton of weight. That's for damn sure. Get a good tan also, and that's what I'm all about. The oh shit, I forgot what I was saying. The oh, come on. I was there. I was there. I had a great thought. All right. It is what it is. The so there's a lot going on. The well, it was good what I had to say. Come on, someone's watching. Remind me what I was just saying before I mentioned Stacy's distraction of the website. God, I should have taken what's that drug with the begins with an A, not Ambien, but that keeps OCD from from taking over. Ah, so good. So it's so annoying. I have a list of things to do, and little they'll get started, and then there's going to be I'm going to give you a hiccup, and then I'll be off on the next thing. It drives me bonkers. Last night I'm working on I need to make some Rock for Israel stickers, and I uploaded it to a site, and the site said no, that's not the right format, and I needed trying to get the logo inverted so it went on the backdrop that I wanted, and then that stopped. Then I have to wait for someone to do it, and then I try to do it myself. That took forever. It never got done. Then I try to open it, and it's just a rabbit hole of ridiculousness. I'm looking up how to make a watermark. You know what a watermark is? If I had this video, I could have like right here on a corner, I could have like a Rock for Israel watermark. Trying to make a watermark. No, can't do it. Not that I can't do it. I started looking it up, and I just didn't go down the rabbit hole enough to solve the problem, because when I tried it, it didn't work. So I had to try something else, and it's constantly something that's always distracting me. So look, it is what it is. Adderall. Thank you, Dave. That's what it is. And yes, Stacy, I blamed you because you posted the site. It didn't have to be done now while I had a train of thought. You see what I'm saying? So that's where we are, guys. That's where we are. We have Israel. So many things to do. So it's all coming back. What was it? It was I got it. It was about uh, uh trying to educate those that hate you. All those River to the Sea, all those pro-Palestine, all that. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time on the WhatsApp. Don't waste your time on any of that stuff. Don't waste your time. You're not going to change their minds. They want to hate. They want to have a cause to get behind. It makes them feel valuable. They feel valueless, that they don't have a purpose in this world. They've been on their devices their whole life, and everybody has given them purpose. Like, oh my God, you're so great for saying that or doing that, whatever. That they've always they're on a platform that you're never ever going to educate them. There are people in your life that if they're willing to talk to you about it in person, very, very important in person, then you could sit down with them, especially if they're a friend of yours. I had a friend of mine last Friday, he called me up. So why does America give Israel like $80 billion? Why do we need to do that? And he posted it on the Facebook, and some woman commented, the Jews and Israel and it's Zionists, the whole thing. So like an idiot, he had asked me, listen, someone posted all this, can you give some kind of answer to shut her up? And he's just someone that just doesn't know. He's lives in a whole completely, he's not Jewish, lives in a completely different community. There's no clue. Right? I'm pretty much his only Orthodox Jewish friend for sure. As close as we are, we've been close since we're 19 years old. So whenever we have questions about maybe current events or anything like that, we call each other and we ask each other openly about the different things. And it's amazing how much we don't know about one another. And that's what we find out about one another. And that's what makes friendship amazing, when you can respect each other. And I don't jump on him when he starts spouting off uh, what would be considered stereotypical Jewish tropes. And I explained to him why those things are, and oh, I didn't think about it. Because most people don't know. All those people screaming in the street just want to scream in the street. And we are totally outnumbered by them. We are the Jewish people, 15 million world population. They, um, well, Christians are in the billions and Muslims are in the billions of people. So you're never going to win just by the numbers game. You're never going to win. So you may as well focus on what's important, on what you can change, and that is your own people. Focus on the unity, focus on working together. Maybe someone not as religious, someone not as observant, or someone who's not observant, look into connecting with someone who is observant. Those are generally the divergent points where people get, but really, it's not, because in the end, most of the time, especially in Israel, nobody really gives a shit, and that's the greatest part, and that's what you're seeing right now. Is a month ago, it wasn't really people gave a shit if you're religious or not. Yeah, so they have some issues with the Haredim, the ultra orthodox, but it's, in the end, as we see now, it's all noise. It's all propagated by the things that they're being told about one another. There's no reason for that. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Work on connecting with your fellow Jew. If we can work on uniting one another, oh my God, there's nothing we can't do. It's unbelievable. I went to a meeting on Sunday. It was it was for writers, for script writers and comedy writers, and they e- e- everybody had incredible resumes, and I wrote for this show and that show, and I'm the rapper. I'm like, yeah, I've been on stages, and I just have a cool perspective sometimes, and I, I say, I said that I try to explain. I do the line. I teeter on the line, and oftentimes I'll step over it, because I find that gets more things done, and just say it like it is, and damn the torpedoes. You worry about it later. That's always pretty much been my motto, Sergi. If you're still watching, you know that 100% to be the case. Much the same way I went to Israel. Oh, Israel, I didn't have to ask anybody. I just bought a ticket and went. That's it, and figured it out from there. And before you knew it, I had 6 suitcases filled with goods that a million people brought me. And, you know, most of the costs are all covered from those people. It's an unbelievable thing. So, you know, i- it's about doing. And sometimes people overthink, and sometimes people just need a little bit of a guiding hand. And that's where people would call me and say, Eitan, how do you know any groups that can do this, or any volunteer opportunities? Yeah, I'll text them a link for this and a link for that. There's actually a code. If you text it when you land in Israel, you want to volunteer, there's a Google spreadsheet where people are taking volunteers. I'll try and post those in the comments, at least on the Facebook. Maybe because I don't want to Facebook. I know most of the people in my thing. Once it goes into the Twitter world and the YouTube and that kind of stuff, you have a million people you don't know and have no control over anything, and a million other things can happen. So that's where we're at. So oh, here's a funny thing. So a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine in Israel, posted a picture on his Facebook with another friend of mine, with who is his best friend. The two of them haven't been together in a long time. And so I commented like, "Oh yeah, the boys are back in town. It's so great that they're together." I was super happy that they're together again, because they were a dynamic duo back in the day. And they're younger than me considerably. I'd say easily by 15 years, and both great guys. And I commented, and the comment was something like, "Love it, guys. The boys are back in town." So someone else, another friend of mine, commented, and he said, he said, everything's a song with you. Everything's a song. And I said, oh, that's a great title for a song. Everything's a song. And I sat down and I wrote a whole song called Everything's a Song, chorus, everything. The only thing I got to do is the bridge and the final verse, if there's even going to be a final verse. And I know exactly who in LA I'm going to take it to record it. And it's like a half rappy, half song. Maybe I'll have someone else sing it. Who cares? But that's how these things happen. I mean, it's crazy. So I'm going to leave you with some words of encouragement and positivity in what many would consider these dark times. And I'm going to tell you why I don't think that we are in dark times. It is definitely unusual times. We're definitely seeing things happen a lot faster than when we were growing up, for sure. David Israel, good to see you, brother. But the real kicker is, I don't think these are dark times. I think these are actually great times, and I'll tell you why. Follow me on this one, and you can agree to disagree, but just listen to what I'm saying here. If you, I lived in New York for a while, in Washington Heights, back in the day. And when I would, at nighttime, I knew there were roaches in my room. I could hear them. I didn't know where, but I was tired and I'd go to sleep, or I'd come back from a night out on the town, and I know that there are roaches in my room. I don't know where they are, but they're around. I can hear them. Sometimes I'll see them. And when I flick on the light, all of a sudden, I would see some roaches. There it is. Not because of me or my hygiene or anything like that, Dopey. Because it's New York and these are old buildings and there are roaches in New York. So much, and I've heard comedians talk and musicians talk about, when they were coming up, they lived in a little studio apartment closet that had roaches. There's even a comedian that has a whole bit where he named them, that kind of thing. And the roaches would be there. You knew that they were there. But it was dark, so you couldn't see them. And you would flick on the light and you would see all these roaches all over the place. And that's where I think we are right now. I think the light has been turned on. God has turned the light on. We have turned the light on, and we see all the roaches, all the people that we thought cared about us, the Jews, the people, really don't. No matter how many conversations we had with them, we thought they were our friends. But now there are some, and I'm using a broad stroke here, but now people are learning. They're seeing the light, all the roaches on the floor. And I think that light that is shining upon the world right now, it's a bright light because we're seeing it all over. Many people are now seeing some for the first time. Me, I've known this all my life. Yes, I'm going to jump on the platform and say, I knew this. I knew this when I was little, when I got picked on for being a Jew, and, friends that, and I don't care that people hate Jews. Really, I don't. You don't like them, that's fine. But don't be an asshole about it. Keep your hate to yourself and don't act on it and try and harm me, my friends, relatives, anything like that. And that's the whole thing. We see it now. And that is the kicker, ladies and gentlemen. That is the kicker. The kicker is that the light has been shown upon the world. And now, many who didn't see now see. And in fact, many of those people that now see are far more, um, hardcore than me or the people that I knew. I always knew that there was evil in the world for sure. Now we see it; it's so clear. And I'm not. I'm a guy sometimes that'll say, "See, I told you so." Sometimes I'll say it a little bit nicer. But sometimes when I've said something to you a million times and you never listen, and finally you listen, you know what it's like? It's like when people, Eitan, what kind of computer should I get? And I say a million times, get a Mac. I'll spend time with you. I'll hold your hand with it. I'll get you all set up. You're going to love it. And, a month later, I check in with them. Hey, did you get that Mac? No, I decided to go with a PC. And yet, oh my God, it's so many problems. I should have listened to you. That's exactly right. That's exactly this. What's up, Carfunkel? I love you, brother. So that's where we're at. I'm not always right for sure, although generally a lot more than most. I'm more right than I am wrong. And even when I'm wrong, quite often I'm right. But I'm not ripping on anybody. I love that the light of God or goodness or whatever is shining on the world and showing the roaches, showing the people that are here to destroy you. And you could see it clearly. And we know either you're on the side of good or you're on the side of evil. If you're in the middle, talk to someone that's on the side of good to get informed about how to combat that evil. Because what I found is a lot of people that aren't sure, that don't know, they want to know, they want to figure it out. They don't know, they didn't have it. So it behooves those on the side of good to be educated and informed about the issues. And really, ultimately, it's a simple one. And it goes like this: is it okay for any entity, any human being, to want to annihilate another? Is it okay for one entity to kill another entity and children and behead and everything like that, no matter what grievance they have? Is it okay? If the answer is no, it's not okay, then you're on the side of good and you're here. If the answer is, well, it's complicated and it could be okay, then that's fine. You're entitled to that position. But then I'm going to counter with, if it's okay for them to attack women and children like that, then it's also okay for the other side, whether they're all powerful or not, to fight back relentlessly. Well, no, 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 you can't do that. You can't. You have to just take it. No, that's where we differ. That's where we'll disagree, because that will not happen anymore, ever again. So, guys, with that said, I love you. I'm going to reiterate to you the theme throughout this whole live. Focus on the unity. Focus on the Jewish people, all of them, diverse, not just your friends in your community. Reach out to friends that are not you, that are not your, wherever you are. Reach out to the opposite, or what's considered the opposite, because you'll find right now, in this time, you guys have a huge platform with which you agree on. Embrace that. Bring them into your life. For those of you that keep the Sabbath, invite them over for the Sabbath. Show them the beauty. That's it. Show them a good time. That's what I always say to the lady. Show them a good time. All right? And really, I love Shabbos. I think Shabbos is the greatest. People get together, get to talk. And, unfortunately, at the Shabbos table, the conversation often goes to the war and the problems and everything like that. Try and avoid that. Try and talk maybe Torah, for sure. Make a Devar Torah on the Parsha. You can figure that out. And then maybe those people that you've invited over, it could be non-Jews that you can invite over. And again, teach them, show them what Shabbos is. Shabbos is coming up. What's today? Thursday. So you got tomorrow night. Invite a friend over. Who cares? Don't know. And you'll see it'll change. It's just giving other people that are scared comfort, that they are home, that they are with their family, that they are with friends, that they're in a safe place. That's the key. And really, and for those of you that do learn, that do know how to study the Torah and things like that, spend a little more time doing it and a less time on the WhatsApp. Spend a little more time saying it to Tehillim or tzedakah or working with other people, Jews, helping out. Right now is a time for all of us to get together Unify. I'm telling you, that is the greatest. It's my jam. I've always been about bringing people together, and unfortunately, this what started all this, losing all these people, has done just that. I don't like the impetus that started the unity, but I do like the unity. So, guys, I want to give everybody a blessing that you find the inner strength to continue to combat evil in whatever way you can. I want to give you a blessing that you spend a little more time connecting with God. For those of you that believe in God, go with God. For those of you that don't quite believe in God, hold my hand, hold someone's hand that does believe in God, and just come along for the ride, and we'll believe for you. I give you a blessing that you continue to see the greatness of God, but more importantly, the greatness of the Jewish people when we're so unified and together. Guys, have a great and an amazing and a meaningful Shabbos. Continue to pray and say Psalms and whatever, just good energy out there for the Israeli Defense Force, but not only the Israeli Defense Force, all those that are risking their lives in Israel, all over the world, to protect the Jewish people from evil. Have an amazing Shabbos, guys. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.